You bought a hybrid or electric SUV thinking you'd save money on gas and help the environment. Instead, you're looking at catastrophic failures before 50,000 miles. 7 electric and hybrid SUVs experiencing battery degradation, electrical system failures, and drivetrain problems that make them worthless long before they should be. By number 1, you'll see the hybrid SUV with battery failures so common that dealers won't even stock used ones. These are supposed to be the future of automotive. Instead, they're financial disasters waiting to happen. The rush to electrification created vehicles that weren't properly tested for long-term durability. We analyzed owner complaints, dealer service records, and mechanic reports to find the hybrid and electric SUVs failing catastrophically at low mileage. All 7 have documented problems that make ownership after 50,000 miles a nightmare. Number 7. Jeep Wrangler 4 XE. The Jeep Wrangler 4 XE is suffering hybrid failures. Jeep can't seem to fix. These plug-in hybrids are breaking down at just 30,000 to 50,000 miles, with problems so severe the repair costs exceed the vehicle's depreciation. The battery pack is the biggest disaster. Owners report complete battery failures at 40,000 to 45,000 miles, sometimes earlier. When it dies, electric range disappears, fuel economy collapses, and replacement costs $15,000 to $20,000. The charging system also fails repeatedly. The onboard charger develops faults that prevent the SUV from charging at all. Dealers replace components under warranty, but many owners see the same failures return within months. Software issues in the hybrid control module cause sudden power loss. You're driving normally when the hybrid system shuts down and the vehicle drops into limp mode, requiring a dealer reset. Sometimes even the gas engine struggles. The frustration is simple. Buyers paid a $10,000 to $15,000 premium over a standard Wrangler for hybrid capability, only to end up with a less reliable vehicle. Whatever fuel savings you expected disappear quickly when the SUV spends weeks at the dealership. Electrical gremlins make everything worse. Random warning lights, systems shutting off, features glitching, caused by the complex hybrid electrical architecture. Picture the off-road fan who bought a 2021 Wrangler 4 XE for $58,000. At 42,000 miles, the battery failed and the Jeep sat at the dealer for 9 weeks. 2 months later, the charging system died. By 52,000 miles, the hybrid control module was throwing errors again. His 4 XE has spent more time in service bays than on trails. Number 6 is a luxury hybrid with equally painful problems. Number 6 is the Lincoln Aviator Grand Touring plug-in hybrid, and it's experiencing failures that make ownership after 50,000 miles financially devastating. These luxury hybrids cost $70,000 plus new, but they're developing problems that crush resale value. The battery thermal management system fails, causing the battery to overheat and enter protection mode. When this happens, the vehicle loses electric capability and fuel economy drops to standard Aviator levels. The repair requires replacing the entire thermal management system. $8,000 to $12,000 even under warranty because of the labor involved. The electric motors develop bearing failures at low mileage. The distinctive whining noise from the electric motors indicates bearing wear. When bearings fail, you're looking at electric motor replacement at $6,000 to $9,000 per motor. And there are 2 motors in the system. The power transfer unit between the gas engine and electric motors fails catastrophically. This is a complex mechanical component that blends power from both sources. When it fails, the vehicle loses the ability to properly coordinate gas and electric power, severely limiting performance and efficiency. But here's the financial disaster. These are depreciating like standard luxury vehicles while having hybrid repair costs. A 3-year-old Aviator Grand Touring with 50,000 miles might be worth $35,000 to $40,000, but if the battery or electric motors need replacement, you're looking at repair costs that equal 25 to 35% of the vehicle's value. The charging port door mechanism fails, and it's not a minor issue. The motorized charging port door gets stuck closed, preventing you from charging the vehicle. The replacement requires significant disassembly and costs $1,500 to $2,500 at the dealer. Think about the executive who bought a 2021 Aviator Grand Touring for $72,000 as a luxury hybrid for family trips. At 48,000 miles, the battery thermal management system failed during a summer road trip. The vehicle lost electric capability and fuel economy dropped to 18 miles per gallon. The repair took 6 weeks and required Lincoln to authorize the warranty claim. At 55,000 miles, one of the electric motors is making concerning noises. Number 5 is a German luxury hybrid that's failing expensively. Number 5. BMW X5 XDR-IVE 45E. The BMW X5 XDR-IVE 45E is the perfect example of why German plug-in hybrids aren't living up to the hype. These SUVs cost $70,000 to $80,000 new, yet develop failures that make them nearly worthless once they hit the used market. The high-voltage battery degrades far faster than expected. Owners report 30 to 40% range loss by 50,000 miles, the electric range dropping from 30 miles to 18 to 20. BMW insists this is normal, but buyers paid a premium for electric capability disappearing in just a few years. The hybrid transmission is another weak point. The complex 8-speed automatic that integrates the electric motor develops harsh shifting, shuddering under acceleration, and eventually fails entirely. Replacement requires a full hybrid transmission swap, costing $15,000 to $18,000. The cooling system for the hybrid components also fails. Electric coolant pumps, cooling lines, and heat exchangers develop leaks. Once cooling fails, the battery overheats and the vehicle enters protection mode, leaving owners stranded. And the costs? Pure BMW pain. A high-voltage battery replacement runs $20,000 to $25,000. Cooling repairs cost $3,000 to $5,000. Any major hybrid failure on the 45E wipes out a year of depreciation instantly. The charging system isn't reliable either. Onboard chargers fail, charging ports throw communication errors, and cables get stuck in the port. BMW dealers replace parts under warranty, but issues often return once the warranty ends. Picture the BMW enthusiast who bought a 2020 X5 45E for $75,000. By 47,000 miles, his electric range had dropped to 19 miles. At 52,000 miles, the hybrid transmission began shuddering. Dealer quote, $16,500. Trade-in value with that issue? Maybe $32,000. He's underwater on a luxury SUV that's now essentially unsellable because repair costs exceed its worth. Number 4 is a Korean luxury EV with its own early failures. Number 4 is the Genesis GV70 Electrified, and despite being brand new to market, it's already showing failure patterns at low mileage. These all-electric luxury SUVs are experiencing problems that suggest inadequate development. The battery management system has software issues causing rapid degradation. Owners report range loss of 15 to 25% within the first 30,000 to 40,000 miles. The battery cells aren't failing, but the management system isn't properly balancing and conditioning the cells, leading to premature capacity loss. The electric motors develop cooling issues. The motors overheat during sustained highway driving or in hot climates, causing the vehicle to limit power to protect the motors. You're driving on the interstate when suddenly the vehicle reduces power to 60%, forcing you to slow down while overheating warnings flash. The charging system is unreliable. The DC fast charging fails randomly. You plug in at an Electrify America station, and the vehicle won't communicate with the charger. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Genesis has issued software updates, but problems persist. But here's what makes GV70 Electrified failures concerning. These are brand new vehicles with low mileage already showing patterns of problems. If they're failing at 40,000 miles, what happens at 80,000 or 100,000 miles? The 12-volt battery system has issues. The small 12-volt battery that powers accessories drains randomly, leaving the vehicle unable to start even though the main battery is fully charged. This is a common EV problem, but Genesis hasn't solved it properly. Think about the early adopter who bought a 2023 GV70 Electrified for $65,000. At 38,000 miles, the battery range has dropped from 236 miles to 185 miles, a 22% loss. The fast charging fails about 30% of the time. Genesis says everything is within specifications, but the buyer paid premium prices for capabilities that are degrading rapidly. The top 3 are where hybrid and EV problems become catastrophic. Number 3. Volkswagen ID.4. At number 3, the Volkswagen ID.4 is experiencing failures that prove VW rushed this EV to market without adequate testing. These are developing problems at 40,000 to 50,000 miles that make them nearly unsellable in the used market. The battery pack is degrading faster than expected. Owners report 25 to 35% range loss by 50,000 miles. The initial 250-mile range drops to 165 to 185 miles, making the vehicle barely usable for anything beyond local driving. VW's battery warranty covers capacity loss below 70%, but degrading from 100% to 70% capacity in 50,000 miles is a disaster. The electric motor has bearing and rotor failures. The distinctive grinding noise from the motor indicates bearing failure. When the motor fails, replacement costs $8,000 to $12,000. Some owners are on their second motor before 60,000 miles, suggesting a fundamental design problem. The software is a nightmare. The infotainment system freezes, crashes, and becomes unresponsive. VW has issued multiple software updates, but each update seems to create new problems. The buggy software isn't just annoying, it affects vehicle systems including climate control and charging. But here's the used market reality. ID.4s with 50,000 miles are selling for 50 to 60% less than purchase price just 2 years ago. The combination of rapid depreciation, battery degradation, and reliability concerns has destroyed resale value. Buyers who paid $45,000 to $50,000 new are looking at trade-in values of $20,000 to $25,000. The charging port has repeated failures. The motorized charging port door gets stuck, the locking mechanism fails, the communication between vehicle and charger malfunctions. Every charging port failure requires dealer service at $500 to $1,500. Think about the environmentally conscious buyer who purchased a 2021 ID.4 for $48,000. At 51,000 miles, the battery range has degraded from 250 miles to 170 miles. The electric motor is making grinding noises. The charging port has failed twice. VW offered a trade-in of $22,000, a $26,000 loss in 3 years. The buyer can't afford to keep it because repairs are coming, but can't afford to trade it because of the massive depreciation. Number 2 is a luxury EV with catastrophic problems. Number 2 is the Mercedes EQS SUV, and despite being a $110,000 plus luxury electric SUV, it's failing at rates that embarrass Mercedes. These are experiencing problems at low mileage that make them financial disasters. The battery cooling system fails catastrophically. The complex cooling system with multiple pumps and heat exchangers develops leaks and pump failures. When cooling fails, the battery overheats and the vehicle shuts down completely. Repair costs $8,000 to $15,000 depending on which components failed. The air suspension fails at shockingly low mileage. The EQS SUV uses complex air suspension that can't handle the battery weight long term. The air springs develop leaks. The compressor fails. Air suspension replacement runs $6,000 to $10,000, and some owners need it before 50,000 miles. The electrical architecture has issues causing random system failures. The advanced electrical systems, the 56-inch hyperscreen, the digital features, the driver assistance, all experience random failures that dealers can't reliably diagnose or fix. But here's the financial catastrophe. The EQS SUV depreciates like a stone while having expensive EV-specific problems. A 1-year-old EQS SUV with 30,000 miles might have lost $40,000 in value while also needing $10,000 in repairs. Think about the luxury buyer who purchased a 2023 EQS SUV 580 for $118,000. At 35,000 miles, the battery cooling system failed, requiring $12,500 in repairs covered by warranty. At 42,000 miles, the air suspension started showing faults. Current trade-in offers? $68,000 to $72,000. The buyer has lost $46,000 to $50,000 in value in 18 months. And now, the hybrid SUV failing worse than any other. Number 1 Jeep. Grand Cherokee 4 XE. Number 1 is the Jeep Grand Cherokee 4 XE, and it's experiencing hybrid system failures at rates that make it the worst hybrid SUV you can buy. These are failing so catastrophically and so frequently that dealers are refusing to stock used ones. The high-voltage battery pack fails completely at 40,000 to 50,000 miles. This isn't degradation, this is total battery failure requiring complete replacement. The battery develops internal faults, cells fail, and the entire pack needs replacement at $18,000 to $22,000. Some owners are experiencing this before 50,000 miles, just as the warranty expires. The hybrid transmission is a disaster. The 8-speed automatic transmission that integrates the electric motors develops shuddering, harsh shifting, and complete failure. The transmission overheats from trying to manage the combined power of the gas engine and electric motors. Transmission replacement costs $12,000 to $15,000. The charging system fails repeatedly. The onboard charger burns out. The charging port develops faults. The battery management system prevents charging. Owners report that their plug-in hybrids won't charge 30 to 40% of the time, defeating the entire purpose of the hybrid system. But here's what makes Grand Cherokee 4 XE the worst. Jeep can't fix the problems reliably. Dealers replace batteries under warranty, and the replacement batteries fail again. They replace transmissions, and the new transmissions develop the same problems. There's a fundamental engineering issue that Jeep hasn't solved. The electrical system has catastrophic failures. The 12-volt battery drains randomly, the high-voltage system throws errors, the hybrid control module fails. Owners report electrical problems that leave the vehicle completely inoperable, sometimes stranded far from dealers. The resale value has collapsed. Used car dealers won't stock Grand Cherokee 4xe models because they know the hybrid systems will fail. Private party buyers avoid them because word has spread about the reliability problems. A 2-year-old 4xe that cost $70,000 new struggles to sell for $35,000 with 45,000 miles. The warranty situation is a nightmare. Jeep covers the hybrid components for 8 years, 80,000 miles, but the warranty process is painful. Owners wait months for battery replacements, dealers struggle to get parts authorized, and vehicles sit unusable while waiting for Jeep to approve expensive repairs. Think about the family who bought a 2022 Grand Cherokee 4xe Summit Reserve for $72,000 as their premium family hybrid. At 38,000 miles, the battery pack failed completely. Jeep approved warranty replacement, but the vehicle sat at the dealer for 11 weeks waiting for a battery. When they finally got it back, the replacement battery showed the same warning lights within 2,000 miles. At 47,000 miles, the transmission started shuddering violently. At 52,000 miles, the charging system failed for the third time. The family tried to trade it in. The dealer offered $28,000 and warned them that even at that price, they'd struggle to sell it. The family has lost $44,000 in value in less than 3 years, and they're stuck with a vehicle that's essentially worthless because nobody wants a used Grand Cherokee 4xe. That's why the Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe is number 1. It combines catastrophic battery failures, transmission problems, charging system faults, and electrical gremlins into one vehicle. The reliability is so bad that the used market won't touch them. The warranty coverage doesn't help when the vehicle is constantly broken. And Jeep hasn't fixed the fundamental problems. They're still selling new ones with the same issues. It's the worst hybrid SUV failure in modern automotive history. These 7 electric and hybrid SUVs reveal the harsh truth about the rush to electrification. Manufacturers prioritized meeting emission standards and capturing market share over ensuring long-term reliability. The result is vehicles that fail catastrophically at low mileage, creating financial disasters for buyers who thought they were making smart choices. The battery degradation across all these vehicles is faster than advertised. Manufacturers promise minimal degradation for 8 to 10 years, but real-world results show 20 to 35% capacity loss by 50,000 miles on many models. The repair costs are prohibitive. When a hybrid or EV system fails, you're looking at 8,000 to 20,000 plus repairs. These aren't routine maintenance. These are catastrophic failures that make vehicles worthless outside warranty periods. 7 electric and hybrid SUVs already failing at 50,000 miles, from the Jeep Wrangler 4xe with battery failures to the Grand Cherokee 4xe that's failing so badly dealers won't stock used ones. These are supposed to be the future of automotive. Instead, they're proving that rushing technology to market creates reliability nightmares. If this opened your eyes to EV and hybrid reliability reality, smash that like button. Are you dealing with hybrid or EV failures? Drop your vehicle and mileage in the comments. Real owner experiences expose the truth manufacturers won't admit. Subscribe for automotive truth that protects you from expensive mistakes. Hit the bell because our next video covers which EVs and hybrids are actually reliable, the ones you can buy without fear. Thanks for watching. Remember, new technology always has teething problems, but these vehicles prove that some manufacturers are using customers as beta testers. Research reliability before buying, understand that warranty coverage doesn't make up for constant breakdowns, and know that some hybrid and EV systems simply aren't ready for prime time.